Hello everyone, it's Teresa again here at Carolina Girl Wreaths, and today I got something special for you. I wanted to tell you that I've learned how to make the petal flower wreaths. I'm proud of myself. I'm sorry, but I am. So between watching videos and all, tutorials, I've found a few that worked, and then with all that I've seen, I just kind of put together and studied and kept on doing a few. And I actually sewed two the other day that I made. So I just want to share with you today. It may take a little time, but I'm going to really share with you step by step the way I do it. And if you bear with me and watch, I think I can help you make one. Of course, many of you might already know how, and that's great. Because they are lovely little wreaths. So first of all, I'm going to tell you what you're going to need. So this is called it's going to be a red, white, and blue Daisy Petal Wreath on a 10-inch frame. So here's my little 10-inch frame. And I got this one from Amazon. Now you can get them on Amazon, Craft Outlet. That's the only place I've been able to find them. But if you'll notice, this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. Now, some have 4 sections, but I prefer the 5 sections because that's most of the way I learned. Okay? So you'll need that. And then our mesh is going to be, of course, the red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue, 10 inches. And it's just PolyPro Mesh ribbon. Now, I got mine at Amazon, Hobby Lobby. I actually looked up on them, 40% off, so I got a good deal on that. So I already wood burnt all mine. And now I know most of these wreaths are wood burnt. I have actually seen some people not use a wood burner, and it's fine if you don't have one. It just helps on the frame. So here's my little wood burner that I've gotten. And someone asked me the other day what kind it was. Honestly, I got it off Amazon. It was about $14.99. Just a simple, I typed in just simple wood burner for crafts. And this is what I got. It's just simple. And the little stand that comes with it. So I've already wood burnt all of it. And if you don't know how to wood burn or use one, I have a tutorial on that. Okay, it's a short one, about 5 minutes. If you want to check it out, okay? And then, what you'll need, of course, zip ties. 6-inch zip ties. And I can already tell you that this petal wreath, bear with me. I get confused on these wreaths. This is the petal wreath's going to have, I think you end up with about 32 to 35 petals maybe. Okay, so have them, and let's see. And you're also going to need these little bands. They're just little hair bands. God, they're so great. I mean, they're strong. I just love them. And this is for when you make your petals. And I'll go ahead and show you one that I've done. I've made a few up. Your daisy petal's going to look like this when you get it made. And I call this the little knob. See how the band's around it? That just secures it until you're ready to put them on. But I got these off of Amazon. I got like 1,000 for like $3.99. That's good. And they've got different options of sizes and prices. So you'll need them. And then you need like a little pair of pliers. They have the things too that you can pull the zip ties with. You guys have probably seen them. But this is all I have. Works pretty good. And, of course, this here, I think, this is my cutting tool. I don't know what you call it. But I know it cuts the zip ties after you get them on. Okay? So, that's pretty much all you're going to need. There's really not that much to it. And I will tell you, let's see, I lost my train of thought. I was going to show you about the petals. You don't have to, but it's best to make all your petals up. Pre-make them. Because once you get these little babies made, you can fly putting them on. So Just, you know, if you want to, or you can do it one at a time. It's your preference. Okay. So, I'm going to try my best to show you how I learned how I do it. So, please bear with me, because I think if you're a new viewer, and you've never done one of these, I think you might like the way I show you. Believe it or not, me. if my subscribers, y'all know me from my past videos. Oh man, I'm glad it ain't no other me. Let's put it like that. God can only handle one of me. Okay, so let's go first, and I'm gonna show you how to make the petals. Okay, so let's get you situated good, because I want you to really see how to do this. Okay. Okay, if you can see me, and I hope you can. Okay, this is called the part here that's like not cut. I've been told that's the factory edge. And you got the factory edge, factory edge. In other words, what help me remember, it's just the parts that's not being wood burner cut. So I'm just going to lay it down, my factory edges. Guys, can you see good? I wish I could know. Oh, bear with me. I'm just not still. Okay. So what I'm looking at, my factory edges are on my sides, left and right. So all you want to do, and now keep in mind I'm left-handed. So whichever way I turn it, you maybe turn it the opposite way, which is fine, because all you're going to do is make a diamond. So I'm going to turn this right here, and I'm using my mat. I'm using my mat right here. If you've got a mat, it will help, because I'm going to line it up from the black here to the black. Have you got me that far? From the black to the black here. God help me get this, please. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not good at the camera. I never will be. Now, I can actually center mine without looking, and you will one day. Because all we want to do, if you really want to learn from the beginning, kind of center, I go by these black squares on my mat and lay it down like a diamond. Now, you want to do is take the bottom up, put it like in the center of that little spot. Can you see the blue right here? And I'm just going to take this one on top of it right there in the little spot, centering it good. Okay, so once we got that, holding it here, just do a little scrunch like you did on your other mesh. Holding it, you flip it over. You see how I flipped it over here? And all you want to do, slide this petal. I'm left-handed, so I'm going this way. If you're right-handed, you'll do this side. So just slide it over the top here. All you're doing is overlap them. Grab the knot at the top. Okay, while holding it. Get your little band I showed you. Whatever you can use will be fine. So see the petal there? They're just overlapping one another. And if you can see the factory edge right here, and then you got the factory edge right here. So they're just overlapping one another, and you got your factory edges going the same way. Okay, I hope that I've explained that some, or you can understand me. Okay, so I'm going to make a few more. So let's lay it aside. I do wish I could get you all better. Okay. Okay, here we go again. Factory edges on right, left and right side. I'm just going to make a diamond. Okay. And then if you have to use the mat to measure, which you don't have to really, just so you get them centered. Fold it up the bottom one side. Come back with the other side, holding it. And you just want to do a lightly scrunch. Flip it over. See how I flipped it over? And then I'm just taking this. Let me show you if you can see on the camera this way better. I'm taking my petal and just going like this. Flipping it over on top of the other one. Grabbing my knot up here. And you can do it. You can do it. It'll come to you. Guys, if I can do it, seriously. My husband, I always tell him, though, I'm smarter than I look. And I do know some stuff. But anyway, so there you go. See, you've got your petal overlapping again. Factory edge will be here, factory edge will be there. And the reason that you want that like that is because when you put them on your frame, they're all going to be going the same way. And where your cut edges are, there's going to be a factory edge that'll cover it up. Okay, so I'm do a couple more. Okay, so factory edges on each side. Make a diamond. And I pretty much, like I say, you know how to center. You don't really have to use, you know how to center. And then just scrunch it up there like. Holding on to it, flip it over. And then just want to slide it like you're doing windshield wipers. Slide the top over the bottom one, whichever side you're working from. Grab your knot. Put your little band on here. A few times will be fine. Okay, so you've got your petals there. Okay, last one, and because this is really simple. And like I say, once you get your petals done, side to side, make a diamond. You're looking at this, what's a diamond? Center, center, scrunch it up, flip it, slide it, grab your knot. So how I remember to do it, the steps of it and all. There you go. Work with it a little bit if you need to, but okay. So what I remember, so just do this, and I'm just going to go through the steps that help me remember. Okay, factory edges, make a diamond, center it, scrunch it, flip it and slide, knot and rubber band it. Okay, how's that? Okay, so what I'm going to do here is now show you how to place them on the wreath, and this part here is really simple too. Okay, using your zip ties, and the reason I have my zip ties on here, and I'm really trying to explain to you good. Okay, your first row of petals is going to be on this size wreath. You're going to have 15. So you'll know you've done it right if you come out with 15 petals. So, okay, you can do either way you want. It's fine. I want you to remember that because it is your wreath. But what helped me better, I had trouble sometimes when I put my petal in and then trying to wrap my zip tie around it. So what I've done, I went ahead and put my, and by the way, I work section by section. That's how I do, section by section. So right here, see how I've got my, let's see how I want to tell you. Okay, you're going to start by having a zip tie on each crossbar. On each crossbar. So I just went in there and put mine on like this. I didn't pull it all the way, as you can see. Just barely when it makes that zip sound, so you get it latched. And then see, I'll just show you briefly, or until I make it, how I'll just be able to go in there and slide. See how I'm going there and just slide my petal, slide it right in. So I'll show when I get it made. We'll start in a minute. So okay, so there you go. And I've done the same here, because if you want to write this down, maybe it'll help you too. But one on the, working with this section. I don't mean to confuse you, okay? Working with this one section here is where I'm going to help you. One section. So one on your zip tie, then you're going to have a petal beside it, another petal beside it, and another zip crossbar. So you're going to have 4 right here, okay? And like I said, that's why these are in there, because it just helps you so much better. And these, by the way, are 6 inches. If you try to use a smaller one, you're going to have a hard time working them through and pulling them. So 6 inches is the best size of zip tie. Okay, so for the first petal, since I am making a red, white, and blue one, my first row is going to be white. Okay, so as you can see here, don't do any on the, and guys, I don't mean to sound like I'm a know-it-all or telling you what to do. Please don't take it that way, because I'm not like that. I guess I'm just trying to really get it, show you, because I won't, if you don't know how, I really want to be the one to show you. Okay. So you don't want to start on this outside ring. You want to go to the second ring from the outside, the second. And that's where I've got the crossbar done here. See, on the second. And then these are all on the second. Okay. So I'm going to the first crossbar, taking my first zip tie here. Okay, so it's going to be, I'm going with red, white, and blue. So I'm going to do my red one first on my red. So here's your little knot. Take your little knot. You want to slide it in here. Slide it in where you can see, where you kind of get the knot covered. I pull mine up a little bit. Then this is where I take my pliers in, because you want it good and tight. Just pull that up. Okay, so see there, you got your first one in. Yay, everybody, you did it. Okay, then you go to the second one here. See, that was so much easier for me than fighting these things. You'll see. Try one putting it on by itself, and then try this way already on, and see which works best for you. Okay, so then our next one, we'll slide it right in there again on the knot. And you'll know how many spaces you want it to cover. Like, see how I'm doing? I'm not doing it side by side completely. Let me just show you. Okay. See, you're not going to want like push the knots together. You're just going to have the petals together. And see how this factory edge is covering this one here? Where I've cut it? See how it does? It just goes in place. Okay? So going on to the next one. Knotty in. Nubby or knotty. Just start your zip tie. And take your pliers and... Okay. There's the next one. See how easy it really is to do? And I know some of you guys, my subscribers, that you can do it. Of course, y'all probably have made some. But I'm tickled to death, and you will be too, if you've never made one. Because I said, I'll never be able to make that to my husband. And I said, I ain't that, you know, but hey. It's hard. It looks like it's hard, but it's easy. Okay, so we're at the other crossbar, and I'm just going to do a little more, then I'll show you something. Okay, again, take it by the knob in. Start my sum, and then I'll get my pliers. And this is called the Daisy Petal. Okay, so see, you're having all the factory edges covering the cut pieces. There's your first section. So now when you get to the second section, what I want to show you, I want to do another one for you. I'm going to go ahead here, because I said I work each section. Since I've got one on that crossbar, then I'm only going to need two right here. Start after the crossbar. Okay, zip tie in when you're working on the second ring. And I just pull it till I hear that it's latched. Okay. And then this way, another one. So then on this section, I'm just going to use 3, because that crossbar is already done. And this crossbar needs to be done. So, okay, so let's do this and then I'll go on. Okay, so here we go again. Knob in. And I'll tell you something about this wreath too, this petal wreath. You can actually turn your petals the other way if you like. They can be turned up going up or going down like this. Either way. Okay, so then this one. Okay, so I hope everybody's kind of understanding what I'm doing now, and If you don't, please let me know in a comment or something. I would love to be that person that kind of really helps you. Make me feel special. Okay, so there we go. There we go. She's looking good. Okay, and like I say, once your petals are pre-made, it don't take no time to put these on. You can always go back. And so this is why I have this. Y'all probably knew that. I want to get me one of those that I've been seeing people use from where they go down on them good and clip them off. But this is all I have right now. But you just want to go, you know, just go back and clip your zip ties off. Like I say, I work each section, usually myself, like this anyway. I don't know why. And while I'm doing this, let me say, please, I hope everybody is doing okay. I want to welcome you. If you're the first time, I mean that. I'm so thankful that maybe you landed upon me. That if you just dropped in on me or just saw this wreath and said, hey, I want to see how this girl makes this wreath. I'm so thankful that you come by my channel. And when I'm finished, if you like this video, I'm going to go ahead and say, please give me a like or subscribe. Because if you don't like this video, I may do one sometime you do like. And I would love you so much to subscribe. I'm just trying to get my little channel built up. And, you know, I'm just, you know, that would mean so much to me. So here we go. And there's the first part of the first ring. So, pretty good so far, okay? So, I'm going to finish the outside rings and we'll come back and start on the second. And thank you for bearing with me so far. Okay, guys, so here I am back with the outer circle, the red petals. Okay, so I hope I've done good so far. But y'all gonna get mad at me. I'm sorry. There's nothing wrong with the wreath. Trust me. I just forgot to tell you how to do the center. Put your centerpiece in first. So please, it's really simple. I'm going to show you that right now. Okay? And I just wasn't thinking, guys. So I'm sorry. So to do this center here, you'll need this stuff here. It's plastic mesh. You can get that off Amazon, most craft stores. It's just plastic mesh. It's not expensive. And it comes in sheets. As you can see, I've done this one out for the one I made for somebody. So you'll need this. Then what you do for the inner of your wreath, I'm just going to use this other 10-inch wreath and show you. I put it down with my circle in the center here, because that's going to be your center. I put it down and I just traced around it. Traced around it on my, like this, on my mat. I put it down on my mat. I traced around it. Marker, pen, whatever show, because it's not going to show on your wreath. And you're just going to cut that circle out. Then when you get that done, this is your flower center. That's where the pistil will go. And then all you're simply going to do here with the piece that you cut out, what I do, I just went around, put a hole, go down about maybe a couple of holes right along here. Okay, right along like that. Not too far in, not too far out. And you're just wanting to come and put it on your zip tie. You just want to put it on you. Put it in the center of your wreath, because like I say, this is going to be in the center. It's not going to show. And you just put a zip tie at that tie. Crossbar. I feel so bad leaving this out, guys. I was just excited. But this is really an easy step. Feed it through there. See, I have trouble with them unless I have them already in. So anyway, that's all you're going to do is go to each edge where the crossbar is. Coming in on your with the crossbar off the fed through the plastic. Go around on all 4 of them here. That's all you're going to do. That's going to be our last, in other words, that gives us our last row, this plastic does. Plus, when you put your pistil in the center. The pistil of the flower, I guess that's what you call that big centerpiece. Where most people put, you know, you get them off Amazon pre-made, the centers and all. So this one is just, I'm not going to worry about pulling them down right now, but so you'll see as we get this part, when we come to the inner side of this. And again, I'm so sorry I left this out. Forgive me, but there you go. It's all you want to do. This will be your first step, really. Okay, guys? I do apologize. So there again, you just need you some of this plastic mesh. It doesn't cost much. One sheet of make probably about 6-7 wreaths, because it was bigger than this when I started. And then you just draw your circle around the center off of it. Cut it out. It cuts around easy with scissors. Zip tied in with crossbars. So there again, I'm so sorry that I forgot that. I really am. Okay. So now we're going to go on to our second row. And on this one now, okay, you see where you had you worked on the second row. We're going to the innermost ring. And that would be the one right here. The one right there at the circle. We're going to that ring. We're going to work on it. So if you're looking down at your wreath, it's going to be the last ring on the inside. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and I'm putting my zip ties in. Okay? One with the crossbar. Okay. On the side of it. Because see what we're going to do on this row. You're going to be putting them in between these petals. So you've got one at your crossbar. I didn't get that on the crossbar good. One at your crossbar. You'll be going down between there. One here and one there. So you're really just going to have like one, 2, 3. I think 3 here. I think that's what it comes to, 3. Let me get this one back on the crossbar right. It has to be on that crossbar. Keep it from... Okay, this one, and then put another one in. Really, as you go along here, you'll see how many you'll need, and you'll know you're right, because all you're wanting to do, this row's going to fill in the spaces here between your first row. Okay, so I'm going with the white. It's already made up, the ones I showed you how to do. Okay, and so just take it the crossbar here. All right, now, devil, go on. I'm trying to do something. Okay, so when I put this one in here, right, it's going to cover those 2 petals there. Slip it in like I showed you before. Pliers. Give it a good... Okay, so see how it's covered up the first row. Okay. And let's see. Take another white one. Yours don't have to be exactly red, white, and blue. You can do blue, white, red, blue, but I just say red, white, and blue. Okay, then we're going right here. You see where you'll know where to place it, because you see where the 2 right here on the first row is. Oh, let me get this right. I'm holding this and see where the two on the first row's got space. You just want to fill in that space. You just want to fill in that space is all we're doing. So right here. And I meant to tell you too, when you're putting in your knobs or the knots, just, you see on camera that you can see how much I've kind of gone about an inch, half an inch in, and the bands are about half an inch on. You'll know where to put them. That just kind of comes natural. I think you'll know where to put them. Come on now, stick it to me. Okay. Still mad at myself for leaving that part out first, but that's something really easy that you can do. Okay, and then we're putting in our third one. So really we're just going to need third on this section. Third on the... Matter of fact, you've got the total 15 on the outside. And when you get done with this section, I mean this inner, the second row is what I want to call it. When you get done with it, let's see, you're going to have a total of... You can always go back and rearrange them, straighten them out. You're going to have a total of, say, 3. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I'll have to see when I'm finished. I'm sorry, I'm not good at calculating that right now. See what I'm talking about? How I am, but anyway, there's your first section on the innermost part of the second row, we're going to say. Okay. So we'll do another section. So that crossbar is already done. So right here, just go beside it. Here at zip. Place it into here at zip. Okay. Put your next knob in. Okay, and see how it's covering the rest of them. It's covering it up. Now, if there is any showing, the part I showed you with the plastic mesh circling in, that's going to be your last row. I know it's kind of weird, ain't it, to put an artificial row in, but that's what we do to make this. Cut these off. When we get this done, it actually makes about a 21-inch petal wreath. There are bigger ones, and you make them the same way. They're just on bigger boards. You can actually buy the bigger boards for them. But I like doing this on the 10-inch frames. When I ship something, I can only afford it. The boxes cost money, believe me. You wouldn't believe how much boxes cost to ship. If you were a seller, you know they're not cheap. So I need something I can afford to ship in. And that the wreath will fit down in without getting destroyed. Okay, so there's her. There she's coming along. Okay. So guys, let me finish with these few white ones. Okay guys, so here's the second row, all finished in my white. And on this row, you're going to have a total of, 12 petals. You'll do one on each crossbar and one in the center of the crossbars. Okay? So now, as you can see, I fixed mine with the center. Just like I showed you, the circle I attached her. You can do it this way, but I don't think anybody's going to forget like I did. Just attach her, like I showed you, to the crossbars, and that's for your last row of mesh, and where your center of the flower will go. Okay, so now in the center part here, this is what I learned after watching some back and forth, and believe me, like, I've watched so many too, and I still like to watch people make things. But this here, I'd been studying God a long time, and I thought I'll never make one. But I went out of my box today. I wanted to do that. So I'm sorry. I have a store. A customer, Teresa, subscriber told me. She was really sweet. She was just telling me how I need to have more faith. And I said, well, I guess I'll go for it. And I did. I messed up the first part, didn't I? Okay, so I know you all, the nice people out there, has forgiven me. Thank you. So, okay, I chose blue for this center part now, okay? It's going in my plastic center. And I think one I watched before ended up with 7 petals in the center. But also, after they'd put the 7 in, she also said something about going back in and just, if it needed more filling in, and you'll see where maybe the second row's not covered, you just put in as you need. That's what I was taught. So I'm going to go ahead with my blue now. I found me some blue ties. Okay. So I'm just going to place them like starting your plastic here. You don't want to go too far in. Just kind of go like, get you maybe a couple of the little squares here. I'll put one in and I'll show you. Just put in the little square of the plastic mesh, and you'll just go back up through it. This is where you might need a little patience, but you can do it. Okay. Now I didn't have these prepared because I figured, this row's kind of the one that you make yourself from scratch. So see how I've put her in, if you can see right there. Try to show you some. I've just got her in the plastic there. Kind of a little bit from the last ring. I'm just going to take my blue petal. So let me get her together first. I can slip her in there. Okay. And she's going to be, if you notice, I chose between a space. You'll choose between the spaces of your petal where to put them. So, if my camera's shaking, guys, we're having a little bit of my knee. My knee keeps hitting the leg, but so that's what that is the camera shaking. Okay, so I'll go ahead and let's see. And you can also have these put in if you want to ahead of time. I just thought I'd hop back on here and show you. So you just kind of like put them in where you think they're needed, in the spaces between the, like right here, I'm going to go between the spaces of the second row, the white ones here. I'll show you as soon as I get it in. Okay, see, I've just got it, put it between the next spaces. So this one may need more than 7, but if you've watched it, you'll see sometimes, I think one of the ladies I really learned from her name was Donna. I can't remember. I'm sorry, guys. She's a really sweet lady. She's taught me a lot, too. But then, like I said, I've watched a couple of them, and I just put together what I learned. Now I'm showing you guys. And I've always said this to my subscribers that make wreaths, and even new people. Even if you hadn't made one of these, or if you have been making them, and I'm not saying I'm better than nobody by all means, but you'll find ways that, if you see someone here that I'm doing, you'll find ways that work better for you. So that's the thing Find your own thing. Okay, so I'm just going to find another little square in the plastic mesh between each, let's see, it's kind of hard, it is. I don't have any fingernails to grab it. I also work in my yard and have a little garden, so my manicures don't look like many people's, but let's see, get it hooked together here. It's just better for me. Okay. There we go. Just flip her in there. Okay, so see, your third row's coming along, which is the last row. So I'm going to finish it up, and I'll be back, and we'll be ready for a center. Okay, so here she is fully done. Red, white, and blue petals. So I ended up, see, first row's 15. Second row, which is the white, I had 12. And the blue in the center, it took 10. And remember I told you in the center here, when you go to fill that in, the plastic mesh, you really just want to put in as much as you like to fill it in. So what I'm going to do now for our pistil part, the flower part in the center, and you know, most of y'all know that this is what you usually put in them. You can buy these anywhere. Any store nowadays carries them. Amazon, Hobby Lobby. I've seen a few at Dollar General. You can catch them. There's been a few. And Craft Outlet, mainly where I get mine. But I didn't want to put no brown in her today since she's blue, red, white, and blue. So I came up with something myself. And somebody else might have thought of it, but I didn't see no tutorial for this. I just saw this one day when I was in Dollar Tree. And I don't know about you guys, our Dollar Tree here in North Carolina, we have a aisle where there's like $3, $5 items in our Dollar Tree. So I happened to come across this here, this little woven basket. And I think it might have been three, or maybe it might have been $1.25. I really don't remember unless I had looked on my receipt. But anyway, you can find them there at Dollar Tree. Ain't you cute? But you know what, guys? If you don't have one of these, like I showed you to put in, and you want to save a little money, if you can ever get you one of these, I just took I wanted to show you before and after, and I spray painted her. So I've got me a white center now for my Patriotic flower. So all I did was spray paint her, and I thought, wow, that's neat, because now I might can save me some more money. Because if I make some colored flower petals, I can put different colors of centers in. These little baskets, I think it's great. They're not heavy. And all I did was just took a little pointed sharp end of my scissors, or just something sharp, and poked 2 little holes down there to put my pipe cleaner through. That's all it needed. So I'm just going to take this here, and I'm going to center the best I can here in the middle. Try to find the center that will, let's see, put her down in. Get her in here, and I'll show you where I'm feeding her through. I just fed her through a couple of hose. Through a couple of hose. Look at her. She fits perfectly. Perfectly. So on the back, you just twist her over here where I've got her in. So see, it just kind of give your pipe cleaner a few twists. After I get them twisted, 4 or 5 times, just put it down in like a little knot. Punch it down a little. Okay. And look at her. Now I'm going to hang her on the door for you to see a better look at her. Come on now. Let's not been a good day, y'all. Things have been going wrong. So there's the center for my flower petal, made from this little basket. It's a little woven plate basket. So I thought that was pretty cool, you know, because I didn't have nothing to match. They may make these in blue and different colors, but I wanted the white. So let me get her hung around the door for everybody. Okay, so there she is, guys, on the door. So what y'all think? Man, I tried so hard on this one. I know I messed up leaving that step out first, but so here's the finished look, and I hope at least I made up a little something for showing you how to do a center with the basket. And a lot of you probably already knew that, but if you don't, save you some money and find you some little baskets, and you can paint them to your color you want. I just added a little star there in the center, just a little, you know, you don't have to. I always try to throw something a little in special, but I hope you guys liked her. And I just want to say, get over here and tell you, thank you everybody for watching me again. And I appreciate if you were new. I thank you all that stuck with me. Oh man, everything started going wrong today, but I really appreciate you. So I hope I taught you something from this. And if you watch this, well, 4th of July, it'll be here before we know it, really. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, happy 4th of July. I hope you have a good celebration. And in the meantime, too, happy wreath making. So please subscribe, like I say, and give me a thumbs up. But if you don't like this one, I promise you, maybe there'll be one you do like. So I would appreciate it, everyone. I thank every one of you. Till next time, bye-bye.